it's Ronnie and welcome to my channel and a scrapbooking process video. I'm going to scrap these 3 photos right here of my grandsons, and I was attending a class by Christina Sorge, which I was gifted with, and it was all about sketches. Well, I did not know there were so many places that had sketches, like a whole page full. If I need a sketch, it's generally for Mixed Media Frenzy, and I get it off of Pinterest. It's my turn. We take turns picking them out, and it's my turn, so that's my place to go. However, I might check a few of the other places out. This sketch was a 2-page layout, and of course she's explained you did not have to do exactly what the page shows. You could do whatever you want, or as much as you wanted of it, or as little as you wanted. So I told myself I was just going to do the right-hand side with these 3 photos. So this side will have a title. However, after I finished it and everything, I thought of another photo from this day and decided I was going to go ahead and do the other page. So that will be on another video. I did consider entitling my page Outtakes because these are the photos that I wasn't actually planning on using on a layout. But every time I look at them, because I did have them printed out, I would think about how cold they were that morning. They had spent the night with me, and I got them up, got them ready for school and preschool. And the day before, it was nice and warm. It was spring morning, and it was kind of on the chilly side. And they were kind of cold. So every time I look at it, I think about how cold they were and that I just gave up getting a really good picture of them in their new shirts, which are CSI shirts my daughter had got when she went on a trip to Las Vegas, and maybe a week or 2 before the photos were taken. And I wanted a picture of them in them because they both had them on the same day, which was unusual for them to have matching shirts. And I had one too. However, I didn't get no picture of me. So instead, my title's going to be, So, ... We just want a jacket, please. Because they kept repeating that, and I didn't have one. I ended up taking 2 throws out to the car, and they wrapped themselves up in them to get themselves warm. Of course, I turned the heater on too. Now, I can't really tell you what all these papers are from. I put all my camping papers together. None of them had very much, but they all had similar colors. So I put like Echo Park, Camp Happy Bear, I think it was, Simple Stories, Camp Happy Bear, maybe that was it. And then there was a photo play one too. Anyway, one of those pieces of paper has trees on it. And they're like 3 triangles together, 3 different colors, sometimes the same color, sometimes a more solid piece of a triangle. So I decided to reproduce them down at the bottom by making some trees. And I used my heart punch and just the bottom part of it, so I'd have little triangles. And the paper I'm using is Echo Park, and they call it cardstock, but the back side is white, so it's more like pattern paper, only solid. And it's not super thick, but the colors went with all the colors I was using, so I used it. However, on the little footprints, they're bear footprints and other animals you can see on that brown paper. I decided to just use a scrap of it for the trunks of the trees, because otherwise I was going to have to cut into a full-size 12 by 12 piece of paper just for that. You won't be able to tell their footprints. It'll look more like bark. I am going to make my little stand of trees more 3-dimensional by adhering some straight down to the paper and some with foam tape. And I am going to put 3 more on the left-hand side. I believe it's 3. Yeah, it's 3 on the left-hand side, because I pretty much filled that area up, and I knew I wanted to put something in the corner, and I wanted to continue it over on the other side of the photo. So that's it. And I was running low on triangles. I did have a few left though. And scraps. Some of them didn't quite make it at the cut of being a triangle. They just ended up as scraps. And I also had that basket, I had back in the fall with all those things that I die cut and fussy cut and so on. Yeah, I still have it. And I'd set it over to the side so it'd be handy on a shelf. And I pulled it back out. And oh, one night I straightened it out. It looks a lot neater. So I can find stuff easier. But I don't know if I can or not because I still had to dig. Anyway, I am going to end up pulling out, well, it's some grass I had cut. I think I cut two that day with my border punch, and I put it in there, and I had to keep going around the corner of the basket because the basket wasn't big enough for my 12-inch piece of grass. So I'm going to go ahead and use it before it gets tore up beyond redemption. So I am going to use it on there. It's not exactly the same as the rest, but the tone and everything works great, and I thought it looked good, so I am going to use it and cover most of those trunks up. And looking at my layout, I thought it needed a little something there on the right-hand side. And so in the basket, there's several die cuts. And so I put the geometric shape one there. It was getting a little bit worn too. And that's why I straightened everything up so much, was getting kind of on the worn side. But I thought, I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. And the thing is, I'm going to need one on my other layout too. So yeah, I'm going to have to repeat a few things on the left-hand side. And I wasn't thinking about none of that when I did it. I might have cut that die in half if I'd been thinking. I put the word today down there in the bottom right-hand corner, and I think that's from Shamel. And I was trying to decide what to tuck behind there. I tried a few labels, a little Rolodex punch, but I'm going to end up using a camera. Yeah, and it's Shamel too, but I'm going to pull it out of my little Shamel, well, my little camera thing, which is mostly full of Shamel. But you can't do a photo op without a camera. At least I can't. I had to go ahead and add my viewfinder reel on there also. And let's see where I'm at now. Oh, I am digging to see if there's anything I can layer behind the camera or if I wanted a different color from the green. I went ahead and went with the green though. I like it. It don't stand out a whole lot because of it being the green and right next to those trees, but I still liked it. But it was a super fun class, and if you never attended any of Christina's classes, you might want to check them out. They're under redefinecreative.com, and she has them pretty often. And she also makes time to help you individually because there was a couple of people that needed help individually, and she made time for it so that they could fully understand what they were questioning about sketches. Now, in the area where I got have the trees that have the larger stand of trees, there was like chevron arrows, only I'm having them instead, so you can substitute on a sketch and put something different, and it still have, well, basically it looks like I've got overall what the layout looked like. It does have stitches on it. Yeah, up there where the viewfinder is, I didn't put no stitches, but I'm going to make up for it and put three stitches on my layout. Well, I guess it's really 6 stitches on my layout because it's 3 X's. So yeah, I put 6 stitches on my layout to make up for not putting them in the other places that they had them. And the template that I use is an old Amy Tan one. Love those templates. But that's it. That's my layout. And yeah, I got 3, count them, 3 photos on there. I'm really proud of that. And see, like I said, I was tempted to call them outtakes, but I resisted. But because I put the title on this side of the layout and it's supposed to be on the other, I'm going to still put a title on the other side. Yeah, it's going to have 2 titles. I guess a title and a subtitle. This one's a subtitle. But notice how worn that today is getting or was getting. I needed to put it on something. And I needed to straighten out that little basket too. I put those wood veneer on there. I was tempted. Well, I did color one a dark blue, but decided I liked the wood grain better. especially since this is an outdoor layout. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. And thank you for the wonderful comments you leave. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.